What's going on, boys? NealGuides here. Welcome back to the video. In today's video, we have a 1.5 meta squad builder, 100 chemistry. Everyone gets chemistry, and of course, this is a weekend league and Division 1 and the Rank 1 ready team. Now, a lot of new players, and to be honest, 1.5 million is a lot of players you can buy, but I wanted to focus primarily on just players that are team of the season players. Now, there's a couple of players I wanted to get in. The first one is we want to get in is Silva. I ended up packing him from Reds. But to be honest, he's actually extremely cheap. You know, you can get Bernardo Silva for very, very cheap. He only costs 200k now. Compared to other Team of the Years, I think he's exceptionally cheap for the card that you do get him. He's a very, very good card. 4-star, 4-star, higher. Can play left mid, right mid in a 3-5-2. And he can also play centre mid with his shadow. So you can play a centre mid job as well. We're going to mainly use him on the wing or maybe as a lamb or a ram. But I think he's a very, very good card. Then a link to that now. To get the links now, this is going to be a bit of a team. In fact, you know what? I'll kind of put the team together and you can kind of work out the rest for yourself. Alongside that, I wanted to go with Diego Jota. Now, Jota, I think, is a very, very good card. Now, you have players like Son that are very, very good. But of course, Son is very, very costly, very, very expensive. And the benefit of the Jota card is that he's only 200k. Again, a very, very cheap card. Very, very similar to him. But the key thing is this card basically has a 5-star weak foot. So he's about 230k. But he's 4-star, 5-star, higher. He can play as a left mid and right mid as well. But he's a very, very good card. And I think with either, now there's two things you can use. You can use a Hunter, which basically maxes everything out, or almost maxes everything out. In fact, I'll show you over here on Footbin what the stats look like. That way it saves you time even doing this yourself. So basically everything's maxed out. You've got a choice. You can either play a Hunter on him, or you can play a Hawk. It really just comes down to personal preference. I would say if you are going to be using him, I'd probably recommend just getting a Hawk on him. If you prefer the physicality, but the benefit of Hunter is you get that 99 finishing. I prefer that 99 finishing, and of course you max out the sprint speed. So he's of course another very, very good card that works very, very well. Now there's another cheap addition. We're going to put Nani in. Now Nani of course was a card that came out some time ago, but he is 5-star, 5-star. I wanted to kind of have a lot of players with 5-star weak foot. I tried to get it across the board. You're going to see we basically get 5-star weak foot across the board. 5-star, 5-star, high, medium, a very, very good card. 150k, very hard to link. That's the only downside. But I think with a Portuguese team, we could do that. I would still go with a Hunter with him. I think he does like the balance. You may want to put him as a lamb or a ram as well. Maybe put Jota in the middle. Maybe put Bernardo Silva in the middle. Just because you might prefer that bit more of a balance. So he's got very, very good aggression though. So he does work very, very well as a left mid and right mid. Especially when jostling for the ball. But a perfect card with a 5-star, 5-star. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to link it together with Mr. Bruno. Bruno Fernandes, again, is another very, very cheap card. To be honest, these team season cards are exceptionally cheap and fair play. I didn't expect them to be that cheap. And to be honest, 150k, he's a very, very good card. I think realistically, as a centre mid, we're going to put a shadow on him or a Hunter. It's up to you. The more defensive you want, you can put a shadow. The more attacking you want it, you can put a Hunter. I would recommend if he's going to go forward as a box-to-box, put a Hunter on him. Otherwise, a shadow will just be fine. And I think for Stadium, we're going to go with Declan Rice. Now, Declan Rice is a card I've been using for a very, very long time. There hasn't been a card that I actually like using. That's CDM worthy that I can dribble. Now, he is 6'1", so he's got a tall stature, medium height. I like to think of him like a Vieira with a bit better agility and balance. I put a shadow on him, and he gets the 99 sprints, which I think makes a very, very big difference. Got really, really good agility and balance. He reminds me of the Onyeka card. For those of you that use Onyeka, how OP he was. He's like a taller version, a more cracked version of Onyeka. Perfect stamina, defensive ability. He's got everything you want. He's got the strength and he's got the shot pound and long shots. If you are taking the shots outside the box, he can definitely do that. And he's of course got the agility balance. So I think as a CDM staying back and with Bernardo Silva there, I think it works very, very well. Now as much as I would love to get Cancelo into the trust me, I tried everything to get Cancelo in. But I think just realistically, he's just a bit too costly to get Cancelo in. So what we've done is we've gone ahead and put the Mitchell card. Now, Mitchell is a very, very cheap alternative. He's only a couple of K. And to be honest, I was thinking about getting another card as well. I think it's this one, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just double check because I do forget. Yes, it is. Just in case I made a mistake. A very, very good card as well. Very, very similar. 100k, less than 100k, like 60 to 80k now. 2-star skill move, which is not really that important. 3-star weak foot does let him down a little bit. But I think you put a shadow on him, you got a perfect left back. High and medium, you get the job done. And I think with that link, we're going to go with Ruben Diaz. Now, originally I was going to go with the likes of Timber, etc., etc. But to be honest, I was having a look and I was thinking, you know what? I've used Bruno Fernandes. I think he's very, very good. But I've always found that problem is with people, especially when you've got slow midfielders. I found the problem is that is recovery. Now I've gone with Ruben Diaz, and to keep costs down next time I've gone with Mings. Now, if you have the money, like I have, you can go with Laporte. Laporte's a bit more costly. The only thing I would say with Laporte though, the only downside I would say with him is he can feel sometimes a bit slow on the acceleration. I prefer really high agility and balance, so that's why I always say go for a fullback like centre back, right? Tyrone Mings is basically everything that you do want. I would strongly say Tyrone Mings is actually better than Laporte. And the reason for this is because when you put a shadow on him, yes, you can argue the sprint speed is a bit lower, but he's got that better agility and balance. And I think because that's 6'5" medium-high work rates, although he's got a bit higher agility and balance, it does work very, very well. Both centre-backs, we're going to put then a shadow on him. Now, the goalkeeper, I use Mendy, to be honest. And I'll be honest, he gets the job done if you really, really want someone that's very, very cheap. That De Gea SBC is also very, very good. But the Alisson card is cracked. And the reason for it, do you know why? Anyone know why the Alisson card is cracked? I would still go with De Gea, me personally speaking, just because I prefer the stay with feet trait. But that sprint speed, oh my god, that speed on Alisson, especially bring you know how effective goalkeepers are when you bring them out and they come close to make the save. That is why he's so effective, especially when they come out with goalkeeper trait, or should I say instruction. If you manually bring him out, he works very, very well. And then what we've done is we ended up putting Gnabry, the ex-Arsenal player, and to be honest, he's playing very, very well actually. To be honest, fair play to him. I wish he came back to Arsenal because I think we need a player like him back in the team. But I think he's a really, really good card. A very, very underrated, underlooked card. I have him in my other account. In fact, one of the best cards I've used. 4-star, 4-star. He doesn't have the outside foot shot trait, so he's basically a 4, and that's why I said it's basically a 5-star weak foot par Gnabry. But top tier agility and balance. I will put a hunter on him just to get that sprint speed up, and then just to max out that finishing and shot power with the chem boost. And I think he works very, very well. 4-star, 4-star. And to get chemistry, you could either get Davies here out of chemistry. For those that really care about the chem, you can go ahead and get Lahm. Now, Lahm is very, very cheap. We're talking about 130k, 150k. Lahm, a very, very cheap addition. You can get him in. And there you go. The team just keeps under budget. I'm going to explain how this plays in game. Lahm, again, put a shadow on him. I think he very much needs a shadow, especially at this stage, to get that sprint speed to 99. So how does it look like in game? So it looks like this. Basically, everyone gets chemistry. Everyone gets 10. Past Silva. I put Silva on the left mid because I want Bruno Fernandes. Bruno Fernandes is a bit too slow, in my opinion. I'd rather have Bruno Fernandes maxed out. Now, if you want to, you can move Bruno Fernandes to that position, put him on 7. But I think 88 sprint speed, if you're not going to run too much with your centre mids, then do it. If not, just go ahead and put Bernardo Silva there. And that's the way that I've done it. 1.5k as well. Everything in budget. We've gone with Klopp, and of course, we've gone with Premier League. So how does this all looking? So we know it's got 100 chemistry. How's it all looking game? So 3-5-2. I'll put Nani basically like this, and Cam. And then what I'll do basically, you're a bit of sport for choice now. The way I would do it personally is I'll put Mitchell on a wing because he's very, very fast. Okay, put him in the middle, and I'll put Gnabry personally with Jota. Jota, of course, with the 5-star weak foot, and Gnabry, I would say put him up front now. Silva, yes, he doesn't lack. He lacks the 5-star weak foot. So basically, it's 2 players that do lack it. But the benefit of me is outside the foot shot trait. It's kind of like a 4.5-star weak foot. But that's the way I'll do it. You can also put Nani in striker, or you can put Bernardo Silva in striker. It's up to you. But that's the way I'll do it. If you're going to put Bernardo Silva in striker, however, I would say start him on 10 chemistry. If you're going to be playing the 4-1-2-1-2, very similarly, you can do something similar. Of course, Declan Rice, of course, is the card that goes in CDM. And then we'll just put something like this, and I'll put Bernardo Silva in centre mid. Again, you can use a shadow, or I recommend just leaving a hunter on him, to be honest. He does like that sprint speed a little bit as well, and that's why I say if he's an attacking player, you're better off putting a hunter on him, is what I would say. 4-2-2, and probably the favourite formation, I would go something like this. And I'll put like this, something along those lines. Jota with a 5-star weak foot up front, and Nani as a cam. Again, if you think Nani's balanced, this is only for like the very few, like if you just use lesser dribbling, the very few selective you all the time, just like myself, you may prefer Nani on a wing, but trust me, Nani get the job done there as well. And if we look over the 4-3-2-1, it's the exact same thing. Declan goes in the middle, and you have Bernardo and Bruno on the sides, and of course, Jota's always going to go striker. It's one for choice here. I would say probably Nani and Jota, the two 5-star weak foots up front. And then you have, of course, Gnabry and Bernardo on the wings. And that is pretty much it. I think it's actually a very, very nice team. And I think that's all the formations done. If we're talking about the formation that no one else will use, but I use, is 5-2-1-2. What I'll do is you can drop someone like Declan to centre back. So this is the first way you can do it. You can drop someone like Declan over here, and you can drop him like that. That is solution number one. But what I'd recommend doing is leaving like this, putting Mitchell back there, and then just put a winger there. So because Bernardo's got 99 stamina, put him there. You can put Bruno there. Bruno's a bit too slow for that role, in my opinion. But you can basically put anyone there as you want. And that is 93 Bruno, by the way. I don't know why I chose 92. That is 93 Bruno. That's the wrong Bruno Fernandes that I ended up putting in the end. But again, I think it's a very, very good team. Weekend League ready and FUT Champs ready and Division 1 ready, should I say. And guys, hope you enjoyed this squad, but I think it's a really, really good squad. But as you can see, Bruno Fernandes, very, very similar to Bernardo Silva. Advanced players have a bit better sprint speed. But yeah, that is, of course, the 1.5 million coin team. Hope you enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. And of course, I'll catch you next week for our next squad builder. Peace.